This is gonna be a different video, but bear with me. People often ask me, how'd you get into VR? And honestly, I kinda stumbled into it. If this is your first video on Immersive Insiders, you probably don't know me. But I'm Jad, and I'm a developer and also content creator here on Immersive Insiders. I do some videos, and I also do some lectures and courses that teach people how to make better experiences and how to start developing in VR, XR, and all of that. But this is not where my story started actually. I studied game design for 3 years here in Sweden and became a game developer. But when I was done with my studies and graduated, it was actually mid/end of Corona times, which made it quite hard to find jobs actually. It was a very low time. So what I ended up doing is I applied for some extra courses here in Sweden that were supposed to teach me more about game design. And I also applied to one program which was called Immersive Experience Creator. Now this program was all about teaching people how to get started with VR development. And so I took the chance and I did exactly that. I started that program, which was a year and a half, and it taught me a lot about the things that you can do in VR, but also what's the purpose, what's the history of it, and all of that. I was actually interested in VR before I got into this course because in my university years, I did a whole project in VR for the first time. I was trying to understand what kind of games can happen in VR, what kind of functionalities can you have, how to make people feel more immersed, and all of that stuff. So I was already on track of being kind of into that field, but I was taking it now to the next step basically. During that program, I had the chance to meet Immersive Insiders, which were actually guest lecturers at this program. And so I started learning how to develop VR from Immersive Insiders. Now you might be asking, so how did you end up working at Immersive Insiders? How did that happen? And this is a really nice story actually, because when I was almost done with my studies, I had to find an internship place. And I reached out to Immersive Insiders because I was excited to potentially work with them, to try out my new acquired skills and create some nice videos that I knew that they were working on, and also some courses. So what actually happened is I reached out to Ashray, who you might have been watching around, and I also reached out to Dinesh, and they both apparently really liked me because of how good I was doing at the program, and having me as a student, they knew exactly what kind of things I could do. And we kind of clicked because they saw potential in me and I saw great potential in working with Immersive Insiders as well. And so that's what happened. I joined Immersive Insiders as an intern and I started working on some videos, including some blogs and so on. Later on, I also held lectures at that same university and the same class that I was in the previous year. And so I was giving the same course to those students, which was really nice and also taught me personally a lot. So yeah, this is kind of how I came into VR. And ever since, I've been exploring a lot of things that are possible within VR, and it opened my eyes to the kinds of experiences that you can actually create. So for example, I always say that games are the medium that incorporate the most of all of the art forms. Basically, as a game developer or when you're creating games, you're involving all kinds of arts. For example, storytelling, cinema, 3D modeling, coding, camera movement like particle effects, VFX, all of these kind of things go into games. And so what takes it the extra step? What would be the next step for that? And for me, it's clear that it's VR and that extra sense of immersion within it, because it opens up a whole other layer of interactivity that you cannot really have to the same level with a flat screen or with any other type of medium, like for example books. So this is what kind of started and ignited the passion in me for VR, and ever since I joined the XR industry, it has been really going up and evolving at a fast pace. As you know, in recent years, a lot of new devices came out. For example, we all know the Quest 2. The Quest 2 was a great device. That was the one that I was developing with when I was learning at university with Immersive Insiders. But then recently we got the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S that are all amazing products, and also the Apple Vision Pro, of course. Things kept evolving and the industry kept looking better and better. And here we are now, and it's still looking good. It's going up slowly but surely, and we can see that things are starting to get really interesting, with even portable glasses that are AR and so on. So what made me stick around? Other than just the evolving path of the XR industry, I have to say that the experience of actually being within the community, within the XR community, hosting events like, for example, XRCC and XRDC that we ourselves organized at Immersive Insiders, and also partaking in different hackathons and so on, giving lectures and uploading YouTube videos like these on the Imin channel has been a really nice experience to connect with like-minded people, to see what great things they can achieve, and to also help them do this. The things that I've been most excited about is seeing new developers jump on board and bring their already existing experience from other platforms onto the VR platforms, like for example the Quest and so on. And it's really exciting to see how people from different backgrounds bring their knowledge and their experience to create something new that is not really obvious for other people who might be on the platform for a long while. And something I love about VR right now is that it's kind of messy, it's weird, and it's still evolving, which actually makes it quite interesting to get started with. So you can experiment and you can create your own thing and carve your own path. We've seen some of these creativities at the previous XRDC, for example, a few months back. It has been a great experience. We've seen a lot of nice applications and prototypes come out of it. So if you're curious into getting into VR, take that first step. Try something, build something, and there's a lot of content to support you, including some of the videos we do on this channel. Yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to share my thoughts on why VR, what makes it cool, a bit about why I'm still into VR and how I got into it. I hope that invite some of you who might be curious into getting into this industry to actually go that step forward and take it and participate in these kind of events and so on that happen around it, because really the kinds of experiences that you get out of it is invaluable. With that said, let me know how you got into the VR or XR industry, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you liked this video. It's a short one, but it's a different one. Maybe we can do more of these if you like them, so let me know below. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe so you get more interesting videos, development and other from Immersive Insiders, and I'll see you in the next one.